Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now, maybe this time I'll finally wrap up Velen. It's difficult to tell because I'm doing areas that are supposed to be done in the DLC, so I am woefully outclassed by my enemies, and as a result it takes a while. But at the very least I expect to make good progress. Some good progress is there. For Vijay's eyes only, arrived at the designated location, took care of the knights, sunk their boat, but their leaders causing trouble, locked him in the cellar until he wises up. We'll starve the fucker into submission, heading back to Novigrad as soon as we get the goods. Tom Two Teeth. Brethren, I write to you now in my own blood, so that you may know what fate befell me. Following M's orders, I traveled to Novigrad to resupply and sell our latest batch of Vistech. I left the men in my command on our boat along with the goods and the coin while I went to the hut on the beach to await Vijay's men. When they arrived, it was well after dark, and one of them bore a linen sack on his head. The sack did not contain... no, on his back, but that makes more sense. Because I was like, on his head, like a prisoner, but how would you expect it would contain anything if it's on someone's head? The sack did not contain the promised Novigrad crowns. Instead, it held the heads of my men. The scoundrels demanded to know where the Vistech was, but I told them only about the case on the ship, which they will never open without the key. My choice is to slip this into my arse shortly before. My choice to slip this into my arse shortly before they caught me proved wise, for they searched everywhere else. Though they interrogated me harshly, I withheld the truth. Instead, I insisted one of the men they murdered on the ship was carrying the key, and my role was merely to negotiate. They wanted to kill me at once, but their captain had another idea last minute. They locked me in this accursed cage to wither and die slowly from hunger and thirst. The second day of my captivity, I heard screams from my captors. I know not whether I saw true or visions, but it seemed drowners had emerged from the waters and they were devouring the Horsens alive. Yet another problem remains, that they, the Horsens, not the drowners, have so securely locked me in here that I see no means of escape. I have sat here for 6 days now. I stopped feeling hunger after the third, my guts having turned it on themselves. Now I dream only of drink. I would give all the gold in the world for a sip of water. It could be rank and full of larvae, and I would still guzzle it up greedily. I drank my own urine for the first few days, while I no longer produce any. I have nothing left, not even hope. The last thing keeping me sane is the task of writing this letter to you. Farewell. Find the sunken ship. Alright, that shouldn't be hard. What happened? I really hope I can still kill the high-level drowners in one hit. Yes, that remains to be seen. Not in the one, but still. Quick enough that it is no trouble. Well, more or less. It's not much of a, not much of a ship. It's more of a boat. Yep. Super then.
Witajcie!
Pokaż mi swoje towary. Bywaj.
Okay, I don't need 2 instances of this armor either, so I'll sell one. Do they have the same stats? No, one is worse.
Witajcie!
Pokaż mi swoje towary. Bywaj. Okay, I must be really tired because I wanted to do something but I forgot what. Oh well, maybe I'll remember. No, that is one of the more annoying enemy types. The spiders, because they have like actual group tactics. One of them baits you and then they like spin a web and try to catch you. It's pretty cool, but also annoying. Mate, if you're reading this letter, means you're a free man. Knew Drakenborg couldn't break you. I feel damn bad. It was you they fingered back then. Fate's a bitch at times, ain't she? But you've made men now. I hid your part of the loot in the cave. They wouldn't let us play in when we were young. Was full of the massive spiders then, but no signs of the critters now. Hunters claim they've migrated elsewhere. Not enough to eat here, so they won't be coming back anytime soon, so it's safe, but the bad memories do a great job of keeping out nosy hayseeds, makes it an ideal hiding spot for the loot. The chest is buried in the second part of the cave. Get to it and you'll be a rich man, and you can drink and wench till the end of your days. See you later, you know where. We'll bathe in wine and live in luxury. Yeah, those giant spiders unfortunately are still here. And as I said, they are damned annoying to find. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm equipped to do it. I'm here, so I'll try. Basically, they avoid you, and then the rest of them like attack from the back or try to spin you in a web and then storm you. It's actually very cool as a sort of pack tactic behavior, but it's also pretty annoying to find. Maybe if I manage to charm one of them, it'll be enough to engage the rest of them for a bit. Interesting that even when charmed, they still flee. It's damned annoying.
They seem to be bugged. I'm not complaining. Fighting them is hard enough as it is. I'm just surprised none of them are shooting wet. Be careful, because if I die right now, I will be quite big. Oh.
Nefryt. Muszę go tylko jeszcze wydobyć.
And I think one of them is inside the texture. To be honest, I don't care. I'm gone. Tale of Barengarth. There was once a young woman named Merlin and a man named Bartholomew. Bartholomew was so handsome no maid could tear her eyes off of him. Every maid in the village, from the fairest to the plainest, yearned to win his favor. Merlin too was struck by his beauty and soon fell in love with him. A love as deep as only the first love can be. This feeling was so overwhelming, Merlin realized she could never live without Bartholomew. Yes, it was her misfortune that Bartholomew already had a wife and a young son. Merlin refused to give in to this misfortune, however, and worked long and hard to convince Bartholomew that she was his one true love. In the end she succeeded, for women possess the gifts of persuasion, and many a man has succumbed to their entreaties. Bartholomew's wife refused to accept his change of heart, but Merlin found a way to deal with that as well. Merlin convinced Bartholomew he must get rid of his wife once and for all, so he chopped off her head. Everything would have ended well, with the young lovers living happily ever after, had not the crime been witnessed by Bartholomew's 5-year-old son. Merlin saw no other solution than to convince Bartholomew, by now her rightful husband, to dispose of the child like he did his mother and bury his body next to hers, so that they might be together for all eternity. Yet this time Bartholomew has put his foot down and refused to do what Merlin asked of him. It is one thing to kill my wife, but to kill my child, the fruit of my loins? He only changed his mind when the lad began to speak loudly and frequently about what he had seen, and though Bartholomew could never raise his hand against his firstborn son, he had found another way to deal with the problem. While the boy slept, he snuck into his room, lifted him up and set him in a coffin, which he then buried under the apple tree in the yard. After that day, strange things have begun occurring in the area where the couple lived. Trees lost their leaves and stopped bearing fruit. Folk dwelling nearby were haunted by evil dreams. One by one they fled to their homes and farmsteads, until only Merlin and Bartholomew were left. One day Merlin dreamt that the boy had awoken in his casket under the apple tree and began to cry. She yearned to have a child of her own, and such dreams troubled her greatly. She thus took a spade and dug up the coffin. Instead she found the child's body, but its arms and legs were missing. She thought the poor lad must have gnawed them off from wild hunger before he died. The sight of a child's mangled torso so terrified Merlin that she reburied the coffin and never ever said a word about it to her husband. They lived together for many years afterwards, but theirs was not a good life. Bartholomew had changed. He slowly stopped cherishing Merlin and then stopped speaking. He hanged himself on the night of the summer solstice, leaving his wife alone with her dreams. Before she died, Merlin dug up the coffin one more time. No one knows where she went, nor what she did with it. The lands have lain deserted ever since. No plants will grow there, and no birds sing. Wilhelm and Jacob G. It's quite a story. Are those lands? There are withered trees and wraiths.
Pokaż, co umiesz.
No, I know. It's let's check it.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I don't want to drink that. I'll be back. I'll do the other question marks first, and then when I'm preparing to leave for Novigrad, I'll come back because I think I might level up once more, sort of on the way there, and maybe I'll get some better equipment. To be honest, that would have already helped, because that's like plus 10% damage. I'll be back. You have won this round, Golem, but not the war. Really? Okay, I really should be going to bed. This is not working out. It's too late, and you know, I concede this round, but I'll be back for that golem. Okay, for now, I'm going to save and end it here. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.